59 years of independence, StateCraft Inc. brings the history of Nigeria like you never heard it before.
Yeah, that's my legwork, everybody. I'm doing it very well. It's Independence Day, Nigeria. Some years ago today, we got our independence from Great Britain and Northern Ireland. And it's not just that. The man credited to do this legwork dance, Bright Chimezi, was born today. Happy birthday.
Cameroon decided to leave Nigeria. They had a chance to stay or leave, but they decided to put a candidate on us.
Do you remember the award-winning series 24? Season 7 featured one of Nigeria's blessings to the stage, big screen, and the world, Hakim Kaye Kazim of Hotel Rwanda fame. And on this day, that blessing was born.
In 1963, Nigeria became a republic, and Nnamdi Azikiwe was the first Nigerian president, with Tafawa Balewa as his prime minister.
In commemoration of the first anniversary of the republic, Nigeria issued 3 pennies worth of stamp with President Azikiwe's face on it.
Did you know that on this day, Cyprus was also celebrating their Independence Day? Actually, Cyprus got independence the same day with Nigeria in 1960.
You know how people randomly say things like Nigeria was a forced marriage by Lord Lugard? Not today. The CIA released their Civil War report on the questions raised by the possibility of Nigeria surviving as a single entity.
67. The year University of Ife, of the greatest Ife, which we now know as Obafemi Awolowo University, got its own faculty of education. Good times.
On this day in 1968, Singaporean Prime Minister late Sir Lee Kuan Yew launched the Keep Singapore Clean campaign. No need to name names, but some states may need this piece of history.
Hey, I'm back again. If you studied at the University of Ife, it might interest you to know that your alma mater established the Faculty of Pharmacy on this day in 1969.
Let me take you back to 1970. Afros and Oleku were dominating the Nigerian fashion scene, but on the political arena, something else was happening. General Yakubu Gowon had just announced to Nigerians that they should expect a 10-year uninterrupted military rule. You must remember that at this point, Nigerians had already experienced 4 years of this same military dictatorship.
So this has nothing to do with the Nigerian independence. But Walt Disney has done enough to end this. On this day in 1971, Disney World, Orlando, Florida, opened its doors to the public for the first time.
Also on October 1st, 1971, DSP Usman Abdul Dimka was born in Maiduguri, Borno State. He grew up to help Nigeria through a very turbulent period of insecurity by leading several anti-robbery operations that led to the arrest of thieves, hoodlums, and recovery of arms while serving in Edo, Oyo, and Delta states.
General Yakubu Gowon announced his plans to establish the National Youth Service Corps program in his Independence Day anniversary broadcast.
Did you know that there's an agency in Abuja meant to ensure that the 18 million housing shortage Nigeria is estimated to have isn't the case? It's the Federal Housing Authority and was established today in 1973.
Hi there, I'm General Gowon, back with another announcement. But this time, I'm here to inform you of the military's intentions to stay in power beyond 1976. And I do not have a proposed date for disengagement this time.
General Murtala Mohammed has just overthrown Gowon, and he decides to start out by eradicating corruption in the public service. He starts with a purge of the Nigerian military, and by mid-October, 400 federal officials have been dismissed. Another 600 civil servants are out of jobs. To top it all off, he makes it compulsory for all civil servants, past and present, to declare their assets. Believe it or not, this was a huge deal in 1975.
Hi guys, before INEC there was the 24-member electoral commission appointed on this day in 1976 by the General Olusegun Obasanjo regime.
October 1st, 1977. It was an Independence Day of many firsts. It was the first time Nigeria had a 20 naira bill, which was the highest denomination at the time. It was also the first time a Nigerian currency had the portrait of a Nigerian citizen, the assassinated General Murtala Mohammed.
All compatriots, the national anthem we sing today, as composed by Paben Odiase, was adopted on this day in 1978 to replace Nigeria We Hail Thee, composed by British expatriates Lillian Jane Williams.
Exactly 4 decades ago, after many years of military rule, the Nigerian military government finally handed over power to a democratic elected government, and it was Shehu Shagari at that time.
This day in 1980 was a great day for the students of the Roman Catholic Mission School, Olomowewe. Now, prior to this time, the school had been closed down after the departure of the British missionaries who established it. Now, on October 1st, 1980, the Lagos State government reopened the school. You can still find that school standing today at Ibejileke.
The Faculty of Veterinary Medicine in the University of Maiduguri was established on the 1st of October 1981 with 15 staff members.
So what if I told you that Babangida was born on this day in 1982? I got you there, right? Well, it was Haruna Babangida, the second ever youngest player to feature for Barcelona.
On this day in 1983, 2 governors born on Kano State, Sheikh Jamal and Sabo Bakinzo, were elected to government. Interestingly, the book got kicked out on the same day, exactly 3 months after. Spooky, right?
Hi guys, do you know that on this day in 1984, the Abuja Municipal Area Council, also known as the Local Government Area Council, that governs the FCT, was founded? Now you know.
Chief Gani Fahimi, the late human rights activist, established Nigerian Weekly Law Reports this day in 1985. Ironically, this marked the beginning of total dependence for Nigerian lawyers. Sure, the lawyers know what I mean.
If this were a Nollywood movie, it would have been titled How President Babangida Ruined Independence Day. The regime declared a national economic emergency, which dragged on for 15 months. We're talking salary and wage cuts for everyone, from the armed forces to the private sector. 30% surcharge on imports and cuts on petrol subsidy. It was a disaster, a complete disaster.
The Independence Day of 1987 brought with it the removal of all controls on interest rate in Nigeria, which is in line with the regulation policy of General Babangida's Structural Adjustment Program.
In the year 1988, popular televangelist and former vice presidential aspirant Tony Bakare of the later Reign Assembly left Redeemed Christian Church of God, where he had been, worshipping and then offering free/pro bono legal services to people. I still don't get why he left anyways, but something cannot be answered, right? Happy independence in Nigeria.
The People's Bank of Nigeria was established to extend loans to underprivileged Nigerians who would not have been able to access credit ordinarily, and it lasted for 18 months.
One marked the 30th independence of Nigeria was the terrifying turn of events in the region of the Great Lakes. The 7,000 fighters from the Rwanda Patriotic Army that was attacked from Uganda would in the next 4 years degenerate into the worst genocide in the world. That's Rwanda simple.
The largest celebration of Nigeria's independence outside Nigeria takes place on this day in the United States of America, and it began in 1991 to meet the needs of Nigerians and the Nigerian community in the United States of America. It still takes place annually in New York City, and it's called the Nigeria Independence Day Parade.
On the 1st of October 1992, J. Oludejo became the first Controller General of Prisons, following the directive to change the title of head of prisons. As we speak, the title has been changed to Controller General of Nigerian Correctional Services.
On this day in 1993, Godwin Ihabe, the 2018 Mr. Nigeria International Eastern King, was born. Oh, while the model was making his beautiful debut into our world, the former head of state, General Ibrahim Babangida, managed to abort the commencement of the Third Republic.
So should I go with the good news first or the bad? I'll go with the good. Actually, I was born on this day in 1994. It was also a good day for older citizens, as it was an upward review in the pension benefits for them as at that time. The bad news was that General Sani Abacha, who was the dictator at that time, ordered the arrest and detention of late Chief Gani Fahimi, who created a new party called the National Conscience Party. And as at that time, formation of new political parties was prohibited.
Hi again. Happy Independence Day. On this day, 1995, General Sani Abacha, dictator, announced this 3-year transition plan to civilian rule, and also it was his first televised broadcast to the Nigerian citizen.
October 1st was a frenzy operation. Based on the recommendations of Otto Mbanefo panel, the regime of Sani Abacha added 6 new states to the already existing 30 states, which makes it a total of 36 states in Nigeria today.
28 distressed banks were put under the direct control and supervision of the National Deposit Insurance Commission.
I was 10 years ago when Abacha died in 1998. I remember clearly that Salami Abubakar said he was going to hand over to a civilian government on Independence Day. But a month later, Baba changed his mind.
In 1999, Nigeria was finally back to civilian rule. President Olusegun Obasanjo on this day effected a policy requiring hydrocarbon-free jute bags, aka shaka shaka, for export packaging. Yay to SDG Goal 11.
On October 1st, 2000, President Obasanjo made his first Independence Day broadcast as a civilian head of state, where he had to address Nigeria's rating as the most corrupt country in the world.
At exactly 12 a.m., October 1st, 2001, celebrated Israeli journalist Yossi Melma published a detailed report on the June 1984 forced abduction of the then Transport Minister of Nigeria, Omar Radiko, by notorious mercenary and businessman Elisha Cohen.
On the occasion of our 42nd independence anniversary, Nigeria established its first federal open and distance learning institution, National Open University of Nigeria.
Here's one of Olusegun Obasanjo, who cancelled all turnaround maintenance of refineries across the country to press ahead with the liberalization of the oil and gas downstream sector at that particular time. This, of course, he did despite all the warnings of a fuel price hike on Independence Day.
This one is for the kids who do their homework. Now, do you know about the Nigerian National Honor called MFR? If you don't know, well, you better Google that. Now, this honor was conferred on a researcher who served in the Nigerian National Colonial Service as an education officer. Her name was Jean Boyd. She went on to spend 25 years in Sokoto serving as a student of the then Waziri, who was Alhaji Dr. Junaid. And after her time there, she spent another extra 15 years serving, no, what did she do that time? She conducted research on manuscripts in northern Nigeria.
On this day in 2005, the CBN increased the minimum capital base of primary mortgage institutions from 2 million naira to 1 billion naira.
The Bikeless City Centers of Abuja owe their status to the ban put in place by the El-Rufai-led FCDA in Abuja on this day in 2006.
Malam MD Usman was finally appointed as the Registrar of the Federal University of Technology, MENA, having acted in the same capacity since 2003.
The FCT Minister Dr. Aliyu Modibo renamed 83 states in Nigeria after prominent Nigerians and foreigners who have contributed to our country's development.
So on this day in 2009, kerosene was sold for 50 naira per litre.
An unprecedented twin-car Bobby in the Federal Capital Territory near the Eagle Square by men left 10 people dead on Independence Day in 2010.
The scientific explanation on why people don't learn from their mistakes was published on this day in 2011. But I digress. Now, Nigeria experienced its second Independence Day terrorist attack for 2 consecutive years on this day in 2011. This time in Maiduguri, where the attackers targeted an army patrol near a wedding. 3 civilian lives were lost on this day.
On the 52nd Independence Anniversary and his second Independence Day speech, President Goodluck announced that Nigeria was actually one of the countries that has done appreciably well during the financial crisis that was crippling the economy of the world.
Our 53rd Independence Day also marked the beginning of the endless cycles of Ban Chinese Palaver as the policy kicked off in Rivers, Abia, Anambra, Ogun, Kano, and the FCT.
Thousands of Nigerians, including myself, trooped into the cinemas across Nigeria to watch Kunle Afolayan's dark psychological thriller titled, you guessed it, October 1st.
Another Independence Day, another terrorist attack. At least 10 people were killed this time in Maiduguri and another 5 in Kachiga, allegedly by the Boko Haram.
Newly elected President Buhari made his viral but false Independence Day claim that Boko Haram was defeated last December. Sadly, if he made the same statement today in 2019, it will still be false.
Abiola Ajimobi ordered the closure of the Agodi Zoo over the killing of an attendant by one of the lions in the
Last year, Nigeria had its first full-fledged independence parade since 2010, when then the event was marred by an explosion by the enemy group, which left 10 people dead.
So what happened on October 1st, 2019? StateCraft Inc. wishes Nigeria a happy 59th independence anniversary.